Greg Ehrenberg from Stochastic.com. And guys, we're going to be breaking down Sorare here because I know the NBA is on break, but good news for you because Sorare is running contests through All-Star Weekend and they're pretty fun setup. So we're going to walk through some strategies here as you come in. Like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and if you've not signed up at Sorare yet, take advantage of the deal we have with them because if you sign up using the link that we have below, when you make 5 limited card player purchases, you're going to get a 6-1 for free. That's something you should be taking advantage of. It's a great way to build your player card collection over at Sorare, and also you're not going to find contests like this in any kind of DFS realm for this weekend. So let's go through the couple of different contests that Sorare has and some of the players that I want to be prioritizing. So the different things we have one for Saturday night. That is for the skills competitions. And then there's another contest that is running Sunday night for the actual All-Star game. So I'm going to be looking at the different ways that I'm going to be approaching each of these contests and just doing it in chronological order. I want to start with the Saturday night, the skills competitions, and the scoring, because this is obviously not exactly what we typically expect from some of the contests over at Sorare, what we would see in DFS. So scoring is a little bit different for this. Reading from the description, the way that the scoring is going to work is that a player will score 50 points for each event that they come in first place in, 30 points for each event they come in second place, and then 10 points just for participating in the event. So my initial reaction to this is, what contests are the easiest to win? The skills competition. Why is it the easiest to win? Because there's only 3 teams competing in it. So we got 3 teams in the skills competition. We got the 3-point contest has 8 people, so there's a lot of different 3-point shooters, and that just makes it harder to win. And the dunk contest only has 4. So I think we should be prioritizing, if we could roster anybody, the skills competition 1, and then behind that, the dunk contest. Another thing that's nice about the skills competition, you could correlate your players together. The Utah Jazz are currently minus 140 at sportsbooks to win the skills competition. So what I think you guys should be doing here, building your lineups, here is the 3-man crew, at least as of now, for the Utah Jazz. Keep in mind, this is potentially something that could change based on injuries because Colin Sexton is actually banged up at the moment. He left the last game they played in with a hamstring issue. So Colin Sexton, Jordan Clarkson, and Walker Kessler, those are the 3 men, and I think we should be prioritizing them in the skills competition. Now, once again, just keep an eye on whether Colin Sexton is in or out. There's a chance he is not able to be in it because of the hamstring injury. If he doesn't play, Lauri Markkanen could end up playing, and what would make Markkanen then by far the best play on this slate is the Markkanen's also in the 3-point competition. So I'm actually kind of hoping that he ends up filling in for Sexton, so we're getting extra value on Lauri Markkanen in this tournament. Now, the 3-point contest in general, Buddy Hield is the betting favorite to win, pretty close to tied with Damian Lillard, but they're both over 4-1 in that contest compared to the skills competition. We're getting a team like Utah Jazz minus 140 to win. So I'm not really all that interested in targeting the 3-point contest. That is unless we get Lauri Markkanen being in multiple contests. The dunk contest, Mac McClung. If you guys aren't familiar with this guy, number one, I don't even know why he's in the dunk contest because he's not actually in the NBA, plays in the G League. But also, if you look at his YouTube page, he's kind of like a professional dunker. I expect him to win this contest, and he might be somebody who just people don't want to roster because they're not familiar with him or whatever, but he's my favorite player to roster from the dunk contest because I think he should win, and I feel pretty strongly about that. So the way I'm going to approach the skills competition is I want to build lineups around the Utah Jazz players. You could also get some correlation by playing Giannis and Thanasis Antetokounmpo together. But then also dunk contest. I want to build some lineups around Mac McClung. Those are my favorite targets for the Saturday contest. Now, the Sunday contest that we have, and this is just taking the normal All-Star game into account. And the way the scoring works, it's the same as the normal scoring, but there is going to be no defensive stats recorded. Nobody cares about steals or blocks. We don't care about defense in the All-Star game, and neither does Sorare. So only points, assists, rebounds, threes, double-doubles, and triple-doubles are going to account for the scoring in the All-Star game. Now, as far as the players we want to target, I'm going to narrow it down this way. It's always hard to guess what the minutes allocations are going to be in the All-Star game, but I think there are a couple things we should feel good about. First off, the starters are probably going to play more minutes than the bench players. They just have extra opportunity. They're the players who were voted into the All-Star game by a combination of the fans, players, and media. And then also, they're just in the game first. So it stands to reason they are more likely to play extended minutes than some of the players that are coming off the bench. So that's one thing I'm looking at. The other thing that I'm looking at is who are the younger players, right? Because I don't think that somebody like LeBron James, who's been banged up as of late, is really that motivated to go out and kill himself in the All-Star game. So I'm looking for players who are, younger. they would care more about the attention from the All-Star game, and then are also starters. So with that in mind, these are some of the players that I'm narrowing down as priorities. Assuming he plays Giannis, he's the captain of one of the teams. He did leave a game the other day with a wrist injury, so we just have to be sure that he's going to be in. If he is in, we've seen Giannis just cares about this game. He plays very hard in it. We've seen him rack up stats in the past. He's somebody I want to be prioritizing. Another player, Jason Tatum. We don't see Jason Tatum be somebody, or at least we haven't seen Jason Tatum in the past be somebody who's been a regular starter in the All-Star game. This is now a spot where Jason Tatum is going to be a starter moving forward, right? He's established himself as that kind of tier of NBA player. Jason Tatum is going to be starting, I assume, the majority of All-Star games over the next 8 years or something like that. And I think this is going to be a game where he really gets featured and highlighted pretty predominantly. So from Team Giannis, I think Giannis, or I should say the Eastern Conference, Giannis, Jason Tatum, those are going to be my priorities. Looking at the Western Conference, I don't really want to target LeBron. I don't really want to play Lauri Markkanen very much. He's making his first All-Star start, but he's just not quite the same fantasy producer as some of the other players in this starting lineup. So I'm looking at Ja Morant and Luka Doncic as two younger players that, number one, Luka, we've seen him play well in previous All-Star games. And then Morant, another guy, just kind of a highlight reel type player. I think in fast break sort of situations, a lot of the teammates that he's playing with are going to be seeding the ball to him because they know he can kind of put up those highlight reel type dunks. And that's the kind of stuff the players that are good in transition plays well for stats and in the All-Star game. So overall, that's how I'm approaching all these contests for All-Star weekend. Got the skills competition on Saturday. Got the main slate on Sunday. Fun stuff over on Sorare. Go check out the contest. And don't forget, if you're signing up for the first time, use the link we have below. Because when you make 5 limited card player purchases after signing up with our link, you're going to get a 6th one for free. So I hope you guys enjoy all the contests this weekend. Good luck, and I'll see you back here after the NBA All-Star break.